wanted to do a video today on a really cool product I think a lot of you guys are going to like. It's very unique and it's from Naked Cosmetics and it's their eyeshadow base, and it's a mattifying eyeshadow base. I've never seen anything like this. I've seen eyeshadow bases that are skin tone color, that just dry transparent. I've seen ones that add shimmer, but I've never seen one that actually works to mattify the colors. So I'm going to show you how it works. First and foremost, it's just a it's like a white color. When it goes onto the skin, it dries clear, but it's kind of like a soft gel kind of formula. It feels kind of silicone-y when you touch it. So there are a few different ways you can go about using this. The first way, of course, is the traditional way by just applying a little bit onto the skin and then putting an eyeshadow on top. Now when I've done this, it really doesn't mattify it very much. So when I first got this product, I was like, this doesn't really mattify it very much at all. So that's with it on the base and off. It's right there. So you can see it does mattify it a little bit doing it that way, but not as much as I had hoped. And so when I first heard about this product, or when I first used it, I was like, I mean, it kind of mattifies it, but, you know. And so then I talked to the owner of Naked Cosmetics, and he actually said that the more you use, the more matte it gets. And for eyeshadow bases generally, that doesn't sound like the norm, because with normal eyeshadow bases, if you keep putting a lot of it on, it'll crease. You only need a tiny bit. But this one is formulated totally differently, so using more actually works. And so I already have a bit on my hand, so I'll just show you. This is the purple shade from the Cotton Candy collection. So the top shade is just the color Dry. This shade is it mixed with mixing medium, and right here is it actually mixed with the matte primer. So you can see when I mix it, it actually makes a huge difference, especially between the middle shade. So the way to do this is really simple. I just take a spatula and I'll take out just a little bit. And so I don't know what this is. I woke up with a scratch on my arm. Does that ever happen to anybody? So I just put a little bit on my hand, and then I'll just take a little bit of the actual pigment. Take a brush and just mix the two together. And then you can see the difference between that versus maybe that. So it makes a huge difference when it's used this way. And then a little goes a long way. Obviously the amount I used was a ton, and you could see it just goes on forever. So technically you could just use the tiniest bit, but when you mix it rather than just press it on top, it actually works a lot better. So you can see it doesn't completely mattify it. It kind of makes it into a satin, but compared to this right there, it's actually quite a big difference. And since a lot of the Naked Cosmetics colors are super shimmery, this actually comes in really handy. Something else I think is worth mentioning is some of the shades from Naked Cosmetics actually have calcium crystallites or crystallized calcium, something like that, in them, and they're these really, really shimmery particles. So I'll show you. So you can see those white glitter particles in there. That's calcium crystals, and those will not mattify. They're crazy, awesome things that you can't matte. So with this collection in particular, it won't completely matte because of those. And so then you can see this top shade is it mixed with the matte base, and this is it just applied clean to my hand. So you can see it definitely mattes it out a lot. I wouldn't say it completely mattes it out, but it definitely gives it more of a satin finish versus this shimmery shade down here. So this eyeshadow primer is 0.13 ounces, so it's that size, and it's sold for $15 from nakedcosmetics.net, or if you go to the trade shows, I'm not sure how much it is. It might be even cheaper than that. I'm sure it is, because they sell their stuff for pretty cheap at the trade shows. And so I think it's definitely worth checking out, especially if you have a lot of glittery eyeshadows. I think it's kind of fun to mix and match textures, and this is a really cool way to do that. And I've never seen another mattifying base for eyeshadows. I've only seen that for nail polishes, so I think it's kind of fun. And yeah, you can definitely tell which one has had the the base. So there's a little tiny quick review for you, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!